Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Code X podcast. We're back to our, earlier in the year we called it the usual three. Your host Sonny Kruger, joined by my co-hosts Tim the Terrible and Uncle Gary.
Hello.
All right. Hello, hello.
Today we are set to review the JLA, Justice League of America, Tower of Babel. Show me those awesome comics that I don't have, but I did get to read online. So that'll be what we do in the main event today.
Online, do you get scribbles like that?
Oh my lord.
You get scribbles online?
Somebody
From the great
wrote
Mark
Gary's
Waid.
book.
From the great Mark Waid, yep.
But we got a lot of comic book news. I'll start us off with the rundown, but we also have another segment today of Variant Insanity. We will have somebody else join the F list, and let's just say there's a lot to this guy. He's quite the combination.
I was just gonna say that, Sonny.
Took the words right out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And we'll be having a random panel of the week. Somebody really loves pancakes. So there's a lot to go on.
For a combo dude, I have a guess of what what maybe he is. It would be fun if he was. So, there's a Doom Patrol villain that's pretty out there. So we'll see if that's him.
Interesting. I'm looking at that. All right. And Tim, would you like to get us started with the rundown with hitting those buttons, or anything else you'd like to throw on first?
I will throw on this beautiful 4-second intro of the rundown,
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I've got a lot for the rundown for everybody today. That's why I had to grab my water during the pre-show. So we saw there is a trailer out for Captain America: Brave New World, and that is set to come out on Valentine's Day of next year, February 14th. Also, I love X-Men 97. Many of us do. And it's set to get a new writer. The new writer is set to be Matthew Chauncey, who wrote some episodes of Marvel's What If, who wrote some episodes of Miss Marvel, and was one of the writers for Thor: Love and Thunder. But speaking of more shows and more Marvel, there was a show that was canceled, and that was the Monica Rambeau show. There was talks of her getting a show. There's some plans, and now they've been scratched. So that is done. But one thing that is not done is Spider-Man is not done dying.
Of course not.
The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man is set to come out this fall, and it is set to be written by Joe Kelly and Justina Ireland. The art is set to be drawn by Ed McGuinness and plenty of others. It is a 10-part story where we're going to be seeing quite a few deaths. Like it says, 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. And then we did see some more trailers over the past couple of weeks. One of them was Agatha All Along. Agatha Harkness is getting her own series, and it is set to start on September 18th with 2 episodes airing. And then after that, week after week, there'll be an episode on Disney+. There was also a trailer for the new Hellboy movie, Hellboy the Crooked Man. I'll get more onto that later, and then we also did hear some more Spider-Man news, and that is that Spider-Man Noir, the show starring Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man Noir is set to have 8 episodes.
Nice.
And let's see what else. Also, Boom Studios, there was talk of it. There was rumors that was it teetering on bankruptcy. Well, we don't need to talk about the rumors anymore because it has been confirmed that Boom Studios has been bought by Penguin Random House, and that now Boom Studios has parted ways with Diamond. And then there's also a bit of rumor mill. We got to gossip. We haven't gossiped in a while. And that is that actor Kamali Nanjiani may be playing Booster Gold. For those of you who may be like, wait a minute, I think I might know Kamali. I might have seen him somewhere. He played Kingo in the Eternals movie.
And he was in Ghostbusters Afterlife, too.
There you go. So he may be Booster Gold. That is a rumor. And then, unfortunately, it seems that there's always a passing, and artist Michael Zulli has passed away at the age of 71, and he was most known for being one of the artists on The Sandman. But he also did He also did do a bit of the artwork for the Puma Blues, was I believe his first work, and he also did some artwork for TMNT, and also a controversial Swamp Thing story that was taken off. The one where Swamp Thing, they said that Swamp Thing saw like the death of Jesus Christ, and that it was pulled off of shelves, but he was the artist for that. And like I said, he passed away at the age of 71. And Michael Zulli, one thing he did say I thought was very interesting, because it was said that he got into, he got his big break a bit later on in life. and he said Michael Zulli had said he had joked that he was born in his 50s, he survived the 60s, and he spent the 70s recuperating.
Recovering.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, I
Michael
just
Zulli, rest in peace.
may rest in peace. And I don't know that we talked about it earlier because I didn't realize that Don Perlin had died. And I just saw that in the Marvel mags. They had comics this week, and last week they had a tribute to him. And he was an early Moon Knight artist, a Werewolf by Night artist, and
He did
lot of books of the 70s.
Valiant too.
Yeah, Defenders. He was a big Defenders artist too.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the Defenders issues. So I did not realize that Don Perlin had died. So I want to give a little bit of love to his legacy and his memory. So
I mean, Don Perlin, rest in peace as well. Like I said, yeah, a lot of work, a lot of awesome comics that he worked on. I mean, it seems like every week we're finding out multiple deaths here and deaths there.
Perlin's artwork on Bloodshot in the 90s helped kind of set the tone, right? Because like what Jim Shooter did at Valiant was he brought in a lot of those older guys that not necessarily had gone past their prime, but they were in the later years of their career. And putting Perlin on a monthly like Bloodshot, he did fantastic. That was one of my favorite things about that book was the artwork, Don Perlin's work. It was beautiful.
as are you, Tim.
I know. Thank you.
Sonny, you're a pretty man too.
Thank you. I try,
know.
man. I try.
You succeed.
I want
You
to
succeed.
I want us all to be very. We succeed at that.
Let's talk about that Hellboy trailer, shall we?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
remember, as the great Curly once said, if at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed.
Oh my God.
Well, now I remember that.
I'm going to write that down.
That is one of the greatest movie quotes of all time.
Three Stooges. Gotta love them, ladies and gentlemen.
Just remember the Moblot.
Yep. Oh, wise guy, eh? I'm a victim of circumstance. Get over here.
Wait, here's a question. Do either of you know any woman that likes the Three Stooges?
My sister.
Really? She
Yes.
is an outlier.
We grew up
Tim's
on
sister.
the Three Stooges.
You have
There
one
you
that-
go. Tim's sister.
There you go. Wow. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's the only woman I've ever heard of that likes the Three Stooges.
We grew up on it. Like, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, like the Good Times VHS releases and stuff like that, they would release Three Stooges tapes. We used to have those. We used to watch those all the time.
Mm.
That was our childhood right there.
Okay, now as she's grown into a full-grown woman, would she still say she liked the Stooges?
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
I was
all right.
visiting with her this past weekend, and when I come over is when she starts cussing and
Mhm.
talking like a sailor. And I was sitting there on the couch next to her. I was like, I love coming over here because when we start talking, you start talking mouthy, and it's great. It's awesome. She thought that was pretty funny.
Very good.
I bring out the best in her. What can I say?
And Sonny's like, where the hell did I lose control of this show?
So somewhere we were on Hellboy, then we were on Three Stooges. Maybe I can connect it. Do you think, Tim? Do you think there were any Stooges behind making Hellboy the Crooked Man?
So, if you haven't seen the trailer, ladies and gentlemen,
That
it's,
train, Tim. That train.
here, I'm just going to put the chat up during this because I can't look at my phone and look at the chat at the same time. There we go. Lettuce, good to see you. Awesome.
Hey, Lettuce.
Yeah. But the Hellboy trailer, it looks like it is a heavy independent movie. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, especially with that train. That's what it was like. Whoa, yeah, that's not.
It looks like
CGI
something. Yeah, it looks
for.
like something that you would find on YouTube. That's like a fan edit or something like that, or a fan fiction film. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Am I going to see it? Yeah, I love Hellboy. I've enjoyed every Hellboy movie I've seen so far, and it's only been 2. I haven't.
I enjoyed
seen,
all one Hellboy movie I've seen.
I haven't seen the one before this current one yet. But I'll check this one out.
You know, in case I'm like, let me do some research. Let me try to get people a bit excited for Hellboy: The Crooked Man because it's not getting much, praise or much talk. But Jack Kesey is set to play Hellboy. Also, you may be a fan of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You may remember Joffrey. That was
Is
the
he in the
name.
movie too?
Yes, Joseph Marcel is set to play Reverend Watts.
Ah.
And also, it is set to be, in case you're a huge fan of the Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance movie, the director, Brian Taylor, is the director of this movie.
Yeah, so this will be mid-tier at best. Richard, I don't think they're going to give Perlman his trilogy. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, you said missed
only
up
been two actors.
Perlman was really good in this. In
Yeah.
Hellboy.
He's perfect.
And Del Toro did the first one, right? But not
He did the
second.
first two.
Oh, he did the first two.
Yeah.
So you not only do you lose Perlman, you lose those. You lose
Del Toro. Yeah.
And then I forgot, like, the one with Harbor really got overlooked. I didn't even get to see that one.
I haven't seen it.
It seemed like it was talked about for like 2 minutes, and then everybody was on to other things.
A lot of people didn't like it. Al Milgram said it. Not Al Milgram. Mike Mignola said it was great. It was awesome. But nobody else liked it. Keith says I just watched it and really liked it. It reminds me of Prey after so many Predator movies. I wish there were more characters, but I think it'll work by having a consistent tone in horror. Now that I can agree with it. It has a really hefty horror theme to it, and I think that's been sorely missing in all Hellboy movies because they've kept it more action oriented.
Yeah, because The Crooked Man did seem like a horror movie.
Yeah,
in the trailer. So
yeah,
I wish it good luck. I mean, it would be nice to get a good surprise, like you said, a good horror-esque superhero movie. I guess you'd say, yeah. So
yeah, exactly.
we shall see.
Speaking of horror, Gary, have you watched the Agatha All Along trailer yet?
No, I have not. So when does that come out?
Sonny?
September 18th.
September
2
18th.
episode premiere. Yeah, so just in time for Halloween. I did think, I'm like, if there was a perfect time to put it, it is, it is Halloween-esque, with the witches and everything. So if there's any chance for it to get views, put it out September leading into October.
So is it, how many episodes is it? Just 2?
I believe 6. So it will start with 2, and then it will be one after the other.
Han is great. I mean, she is fantastic. So I like her a lot.
Now the trailer for Agatha All Along, it looks good, and I hope, and maybe anybody in the chat, if you notice something that I didn't, please let me know. But I hope that there are members of the Darkhold Redeemers in there, and this is leading more into a Midnight Suns kind of thing, like a gateway to bring in Ghost Rider. I think that would be amazing. I would love to see that.
You got me a little more excited for it, Tim. Just think about that, yeah.
I want to say that didn't Agatha in the comics either fight against or have a connection with Salem's Lot or Salem's 7, which was villains that were on the supernatural side.
That is very possible. I remember
she was very old looking,
Yeah.
But that was old. That was the old lady Agatha.
Yeah.
Not hot Catherine Hahn Agatha.
I saw before, I think, comparing it's like how the comic book characters were, it's like how they are now, like they had Agatha Harkness, how different she was, how different Madam Web was, and Aunt May, and how they all looked like they were around age 100, and how they're like, around age 40.
Now they're all doable.
Oh my God.
Captain America, guys. What another trailer about the Captain America
Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Gary, did you watch that?
I have not seen it.
My Lord, you need to watch that trailer after the show is over. It is phenomenal.
There's a reason I'm wearing this.
Looks amazing.
And Sam is Cap, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yep. And there's a new Falcon floating around, and
Han Solo's in it.
Han Solo is in it. He did not die in The Force Awakens. Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Yeah, the trailer looks good. I'm excited for it.
Is that the new Falcon? Han Solo's flying the Millennium Falcon? See what I did there?
Giving us spoilers, man.
Zinger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Tim, I wasn't too excited about it when I was like regular until the last part.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay.
Gary, it's not going to give anything away. You're going to watch the trailer anyways, but you do get to see a full side profile of Red Hulk.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's awesome. Yeah. Sam Wilson throws the shield. He catches it, chucks it into the ground, sticks it halfway into the ground. Looks amazing.
And do we think that's Thunderbolt Ross?
It is.
Hulk?
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah. Yep, and they had Giancarlo Esposito in there in the trailer. There's a big the closest thing to confirmation, but it's unconfirmed, right? Is everybody thinks he's playing GW Bridge, which we all talked about before, and
Right.
I think that is more of a possibility now after seeing that trailer.
Yeah.
That he's playing Bridge or he's playing Thunderbolt Ross.
No,
Bridge.
Giancarlo Esposito, I think I'm pretty confident is playing GW Bridge.
Okay, who's playing Ross?
Harrison Ford.
Oh,
Because-
Harrison Ford is playing
yeah.
Thunderbolt. Okay,
Because William Hurt passed away.
that he did.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
right.
And they even mentioned that in the trailer because Sam Wilson comes up to him and he's like, I'm still getting used to the new look. And he had his mustache shaved. And he's like, yeah, they said lose a mustache or lose the election. And so he shaved the mustache. And I love that they acknowledge that it's somebody
Yeah.
different.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, Richard, watch it now. Absolutely. It's a great trailer, Gary. After we're done here, you need to watch it. It's fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big things coming out. Like I said, yeah. So, I was going through quite a bit with the rundown. Any other segments, any other things we were talking about that you guys are really excited about or really against? Tim, I'm sure you're glad to hear Spider-Man news other than Zeb Wells stuff.
I don't
Excited
know.
to see Spider-Man died 8 times.
Gary, what
Fun
were you going to
issues.
say?
Well, Spider-Man dying for each leg a spider has. Is that what it is?
Deaths, yeah.
Yeah. Did I see a rumor that the Feige brothers were going to direct or be involved with the Avengers?
Russo brothers.
Or the Russo.
So,
Yeah.
Sonny, I don't know if you saw that in the chat, but that broke today. The rumor is that Marvel is in early talks to bring the Russo brothers back to direct Avengers 5 and 6. I think that would be
Nice.
great.
So the Russo brothers, I was really happy that they were on board to do a project of a small independent comic of a character that I love, and then the pandemic killed it. They were going to be involved with producing Grimjack.
Yeah.
Live action Grimjack.
They would have brought him to a whole other level. Just
Oh,
he would have
absolutely.
been his own
But
name.
they were fans. They were fans in the 80s, and that they loved that comic. Just like when we had him for Comic Character of the Week, y'all knew nothing about Grimjack, but afterwards y'all were saying, I'm going to have to buy some Grimjack.
Yeah.
So that's how cool the character was. So the Feiges, the Russos, always had a great love for the character, and they were going to be, behind the scenes people for the Grimjack live action feature. So it probably would have been a TV show. But how
Would
cool
have been
would that have been?
amazing.
Yeah, trust me, when you guys did that Comic Character of the Week, I think everyone would have known him if back then the Russo brothers did
Yeah.
a show or movie of Grimjack.
Oh, absolutely.
Check out the Comic Character of the Week episode of Grimjack.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good, guys.
I think we had somebody that watched it. Was like,
Absolutely.
I can't believe y'all did a Grimjack episode. They were very excited.
Fantastic.
Is Tim moving as slow for you as he is for me?
As far as any other news goes, the video too. Yeah, because like if you look on YouTube, Grimjack material is few and far between that goes in depth and talks about the character. And thankfully, the episode that you guys did goes incredibly in depth into that. As far as the rest of the news, I think we covered everything that's worth covering.
Yeah, because there's a lot. Yeah, I was able to. We really get through quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's time we get to a bit of insanity.
Ooh.
Mm.
What do you guys say about a bit of that variant insanity?
Absolutely.
I'll let you hit a button first.
There we go. It's disco time.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. I will survive.
Yeah.
But will you when we give you this question, Uncle Gary? Because me and Tim both know the answer to it.
Mm.
But first I'll say, what? How about I'll jump on last week, Uncle Gary, or I'll jump on last week. Tim, you can let everyone know about this week. So last week, since we didn't get to do an episode,
Already 16, he says.
nice. So last week, Vampirella, Dark Reflections was the comic book with the most variants, and that was 23.
Yeah. Okay, so this week, Gary and chat, Richard's already guessing 16 variants. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. this week's Variant Insanity has been on this segment before. That's the only hint I'll give you. What title do you think it is?
Didn't Penthouse used to have a magazine called Variations?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Let me look that up real quick.
Something that stuck in my head real quick. A blast from the past, but about a comic.
Yeah, what title do you think it is? It has been on Variant Insanity before.
I'm gonna. God, I know Phoenix came out this week. That was really the only X book. I'm gonna say Phoenix.
Okay, nope, you are incorrect. It is Thundercats. Right here.
Never would have guessed it.
Thundercats number 6, ladies and gentlemen, and take a wild guess how many variants this issue has. Richard said 16. That is incorrect. So it's more than that. Sonny, you already know. Gary, take a guess.
It's hard for me to take a comic seriously where the lead character is named after a train set. So, chugga chugga chugga.
How many do you think?
Let's go the full alphabet. 26.
No. The answer is 31 variants.
Wow.
Joe, you were close, man.
Joe, you're close.
34. It's 31.
And they go from comics. It says 6A to 6ZG.
Yeah.
Are there even 30? How many? 31 did we say?
31.
Are there even 31 Thundercats?
No.
No. So
Keith says 9. Nope, you're way off.
31.
99. There you go.
Closer. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I like what Richard said in the comments.
There you go.
There are more variants than pages in the comic book. Yeah, 110%. Yeah. This is getting out of control. 31 variants. It's ridiculous.
And you know there's someone that has every one of them.
Yep, there's the regular, there's the foil, there's the virgin variant, there's
but we shouldn't talk about Sal when he's not here to defend himself.
Sal even said, and I'll read it to you word for word. I was talking to him about this before the show, and he sent that. He said, the issue with the most variants is Thundercats number 6 with 31. I said, holy shit. And he says, 31 freaking variants. I said, that is insane. He's like, even for me, that's a lot. He says, unless it's Venom, then it's fine.
I was just going to say, unless it's Venom. At least Venom knows not to try to trick us.
Venom is going to have a variant for every tooth he's got.
Right? Which is 1 million. God. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Variant Insanity. Go out and make sure that you get your copy of Thundercats number 6, 31 variants. I'm sure the print run for this is astounding as well.
You know, I think a third of Sal's collection is probably Venom variants.
Probably.
Yes.
God.
I love Variant Insanity. It is truly insanity.
It is.
31.
It's the Baskin Robbins of comics.
There you go. 31 different flavors.
Yeah.
Lord.
31 flavors of Thundercats, issue number 6. It's interesting too because it's not like it's a number 1 or it's the final or 100. Just 6.
That's a lot of different flavors of Pussycat. What?
Nothing wrong with that.
Aren't they Pussycats?
Nothing wrong with that.
We have had Thundercats on here. I think this is 3 times now. And each time the variants have been like 20 something, I think 28 or something like that. Now 31.
Yeah, so
Dynamite, you're bleeding money, buddy. You need
this is the most Variant Insanity, the highest we've gotten so far since we've had
31.
31. Yeah. Is the record. Thundercats 6.
Winner.
Are they really winning though? Because they're probably losing a lot by making so many covers that probably sell.
Jeez, I don't even know. All right.
But that's what they've got going on. That's what Dynamite's got going on. But the Codex Station has quite a bit going on. That's why I want to mention Our Works. I want to mention that you may know that I'm an award winner, and I've won some awards. I've won some, as Tim loves to always mention, they're PDFs. But you know what? The Codex Station is now nominated for an award. The Codex Station, we can all win our own PDF trophies because the Codex Station on CBC, Comic Book Community. There's the Comic Book Community Awards. And the Codex Station is nominated.
That is right.
Tim, since my computer decided to shut down right in the pre-show, I don't have it to pull. I didn't have it to pull all right up. I just want to jump right back on the show. Do you have any more of that information?
Yeah, give me
Sure.
1 second here, guys, and I will bring
Thank
this
you,
right up
Richard.
and show you the website.
Thank you, Richard. Very much appreciated. Thank you for nominating us.
There we go. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, right here you can see Comic Book Community Awards, and you can head over to cbcaawards.org and check this out for yourself. And you can see the listing of all the people that have won the years before. But we have been nominated for one of these, and you can even go right here to nominate us and vote for us if you want to. Here is the ongoing list of nominated channels, and let's see here.
Just click the list. Actually, I
Yeah.
believe we're
Yeah.
on there 2 times. So we're
Yes.
on there, the Codex Station, and we're on there, the Codex Station After Dark.
So it's all in alphabetical order, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Right there we are, Codex.
So we're on the
You can
3.
see
Richard,
that.
thank you for nominating us, my friend. Thank you.
Hey, right on, man. Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate it.
Colossus Collector, friend of Codex, is on there as well. I believe Mon Comics is even on here. Comic Codex. And then you go all the way down to the Codex Station. Let's go ahead and do the mighty scroll.
And I see, Sal, you're in the chat. Hey, Sal. We were talking about you a little while ago. You just missed Veering Insanity.
I wonder if Sal is on this list. Oh, Sal the Slab Guy. He's on
Look at
here
that.
too.
Very good.
The Slab Guy.
Yeah.
Sal's double dipping.
Yep.
There we go. There we go. Wait.
Yeah, right there. The Codex Comic Station and the Codex Comic Station, Codex After Dark specifically. Guys, that is amazing. All of you, whoever nominated us, Richard, I know you said so in the chat. That is wonderful. We cannot appreciate that enough.
As filthy as we are on After Dark, I guess it paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for everyone who has nominated us. Thank you everyone who does end up voting for us. We'll see what goes on, but now we can officially say the Codex Station is a nominated show.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, we have worked so hard. Richard got nominated too.
Nice.
Congrats.
We're all nominated. That's wonderful. Just to be nominated is amazing, right?
Nominated, lubricated, inebriated. It's all great.
All 3 at the same time.
I'm glad I didn't have to do it myself. Like that, I didn't have to nominate us. That somebody else did. As opposed to when I go to get those interviews, I have to pick. I recommend Sonny Kruger gets an interview.
There you go. It's amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is amazing. And from the bottom of our hearts, all of us here at Codex are greatly, deeply appreciative of that. And we are incredibly humbled that anybody would nominate us for something like that.
No way I want to win.
No. Richard. So yeah, we're in competition with Richard and Sal now, so we're going to be elbowing them out of the way as we take our award, ladies and gentlemen. But
I'm just happy to be in such esteemed company.
Oh, dude, 100% for the fan category. I think so, Richard. I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I'll take a look at it. But ladies and gentlemen, head over to cbaawards.org, and you too can vote and nominate who you think should be on there. TJ got nominated too. Fantastic, Richard. Nominating everybody.
Thank you.
Head over there and do that, ladies and gentlemen. Show the love of your favorite channel right here on YouTube. If that's Codex, amazing. If it's more than one channel, that's even better. Go ahead and show love to everybody. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we can be Polly here. That's okay.
100%. And Pam. Nice. That's wonderful. Yeah, super cool. Wonderful.
Nice. So, Tim, now that everyone has been nice to us and they've nominated us, we're up for an award. Now maybe we should tell everybody about something that everybody could be rewarded with, what they could possibly win.
Oh, nice segue. See what you did there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and get front and center here. We got to talk about this giveaway. Before we do that, though, I want to have you guys take a look at something. These are a sponsor for this week's episode of the Codex podcast right here on the Codex Station, and you guys need to take a look at this. If you remember from before, we had on here two brothers, and they were talking about Winds of Numasera, and they were talking about Ram God from Massive Comics. Well, take a look at this. We mentioned in the interview that they had a Kickstarter coming out, and they 100% do. And here it is. And ladies and gentlemen, it is already funded in 5 minutes. Head over to Kickstarter.com, type in Winds of Numasera, the board game, so you guys can take a look at this and be a part of something absolutely fantastic right there from our friends Dark Rose. Projects we love. This has got the seal of approval from Kickstarter, and there is a ton of stuff right there. Morgan Rosenblum and his brother Owen. Yeah, those guys are great. Right here's the board game, and I'll show you here in a second the trade that I have from Dark Horse having to do with the Winds of Numasera board game. Take a look at that. That artwork is gorgeous. All of that stuff, the cards and everything looks fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead, once again, head over to Kickstarter.com, type in the Winds of Numasera, the board game, so you too can back this project before it runs out in 30 days. Yeah.
Now, Tim, make yourself bigger. You were going to show us something.
Yes. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen. This is the trade paperback that we got from them that you guys need to absolutely take a look at as well. Haven't finished reading it yet, but from what I've read so far, it is absolutely amazing. And the artwork on the inside is gorgeous.
Nice, very
And
cool.
it's fantasy, high
Action.
fantasy. So this is definitely something, if you like Game of Thrones or anything like that, you will enjoy this. Now, let's go ahead and get into the giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. Our wonderful friends at Nirvana Comics right here in Knoxville, Tennessee, my local comic shop. As always, they have given us another book to give away to you, so that way you can enjoy these covers as much as we do. Richard, you got Ram God already. Fantastic, man. You're going to love it. But you're also going to love this. And remember, if you are a member of the Codex Station right here on YouTube, memberships are 99 cents. You are automatically entered into every giveaway we do. You don't even have to try. You're automatically entered in. But look at this beautiful book.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I want it.
Destro #1. This is the Nirvana Comics store exclusive right here. I'll get you a little bit more front and center. Look at that. Amazing.
Tim, tell me, how could I win that?
Oh, fantastic, Sonny. The way that you can win it is first you have to be subscribed to the Codex Station right here on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Takes about a second and a half, and you're already done. And then either live right now or in the comments section after the video after this episode is done, type in hashtag giveaway, and we will go ahead and get you entered in to win this beautiful Destro #1 from Nirvana Comics.
Good luck to everybody who enters.
Yes.
Good looking book.
Hashtag giveaway.
And I know Tim has one of those, but he's not giving his away.
I do. I have my own. Yeah, I get my own copy every week.
Tim, my half birthday is coming up.
Rich,
October 29th.
Type in
Richard
hashtag giveaway, Sonny, and you got it.
all right, you got Richard marked down. He's in board. He's on board.
Yep, I'm getting it right now.
I can't do it though because I'm part of the team. I wouldn't feel right entering, so I will not enter. So good luck to everybody who does.
One man enter, one man leave.
So Richard's in it. He wants it.
All right, fantastic. Got it. And my dog's even entering into the giveaway as well.
Wow.
All right.
We get a lot of good stuff from the giveaways we do here on the Codex Station. Speaking about a lot of good stuff, who likes a lot of pancakes?
Ooh, I do.
Mm.
Me too. So let's get on to the random panel of the week.
Look at that.
Mm. Wow. That's a lot of flapjacks.
There we go. Deadpool says, I love the smell of 372,844 pancakes in the morning. Smells like victory.
Wow.
Is that batter or syrup on his smock?
That is
I guess better.
that is a towering inferno.
Wow, that's man. I'd have to have a lot of syrup for all those pancakes.
Man, I do love pancakes, but man, 372,844 is quite a bit.
Yeah.
It smells like victory,
You
ladies.
know, somewhere Peter Parker's saying I could have had pancakes and all that old Biddy made me his wheat cakes.
There we go.
There you go.
So pancakes, we love them. Deadpool, as we see, obviously loves them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Deadpool has had more pancakes than the Martian Manhunter has had Oreos?
I don't know.
Maybe they should have an eating contest.
Oh, what way? And just to round it out, bring Joey Chestnut in.
What is
Gotta
Joey
go
Chestnut
flop.
like? What's his favorite?
Oh, he's a hot dog eater.
Wow, there we go.
He's the Nathan's guy.
So
he's
Joey
hot-
Chestnut for hot dogs, Martian Manhunter for Oreos, and Deadpool for pancakes.
There you go. That's a lineup there.
Those hot dog eating contests are crazy. The way they like do two at a time.
They're disgusting. Mike loves it. Mike was so upset Joey Chestnut wasn't there. But the dude that won this year got about half the total Chestnut would usually get. So
Wow.
yeah, just these and they're not that, Joey Chestnut and the gal that usually wins, they're not that big.
I have
It's a
watched
birthday,
some of
yeah.
these contests. They just suck them right down. I don't know how the hell they do that.
It's just and they pay for that afterwards. That just
Oh,
can't be.
Yeah.
They that cannot be good bathroom moments after that.
No way. No way.
Okay.
Not a good combination to
And
eat.
they have to eat the bread too.
Yeah.
I see what you're
The
doing
hot
there,
dogs. Like I
Sonny.
said, Tim, not a good combination.
I could win a Captain Crunch eating contest. Bougie, 100%.
Bougie. Captain Crunch with crunch berries. Oh my God, that's my cereal, man. My goodness, love me some Captain Crunch with crunch berries.
Now I'm getting hungry for Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
But as Tim would say, I digress.
I digress.
So now let's move on to something bad. Well, like I said, some of those eating contests or hot dog contests will give you a bad taste in your stomach, a bad day on the toilet. So let's get on to a bad list, the F list. Today, joining the F list is Combo Man.
Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Okay.
Oh, this guy.
There he is. Let's go over. Yeah, Hulk's hair and by the top of the head. He's got Cyclops' visor, Iron Man's chin,
Yeah.
Magneto's cape, Human Torch's knees.
Yep. A Punisher's skull logo, Captain
Yeah.
America's logo,
Whose abs is that? Luke Cage.
Wolverine's.
I was gonna say Luke Cage,
Looks
but
like Luke Cage. Looks like African American.
yeah, so mixed up. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, or is that a costume, or is that just that's a costume? Gotcha. That's the Wolverine costume. Okay.
Seeing down below, I think that's Daredevil.
there's a bit. Yeah, let's see some more of them. There
Wow.
he is.
We're just trying to guess here.
Look at him getting in some fights. Yeah, and, as you can see, he could use everything. He could use magnetism. He could use the strength.
So his upper thighs, if that's Mr. Fantastic, then he's going to do all right in the bedroom.
And there we go. Is that Silver Surfer's calves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I like the most, Sonny, and I wanted to bring this to your attention because you brought it to mind.
Oh,
no
yeah.
way.
A
Wow.
fan-made action figure. Look, and they got it right with all the characters' parts too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoever made that did a very good job.
Yeah, round of applause for who made that.
That
Combo Man.
fantastic. But you could just do that and go to Sonny's box and throw shit together.
Oh my God!
I have a few tails there. Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, call me Combo Man.
Wow! If
Wow.
that is Luke Cage's abs, that would be
No,
even
it's not. It's Wolverine's costume. It just looked like it was a cutout, and those were. I just thought that was a dark skin.
Wow, I can
Yeah.
fly. I can sense gunmen behind me and use magnetism. God almighty.
Wait, what did you say, thing? Yeah, I can handle these yellow-bellied bullies.
Oh my lord. Okay, Professor Boyd, run and call the police.
Wow.
I love it. So good. I don't know if
From
we
the maker of combos. No, come on, seriously, look at that.
Yeah.
Presented by the maker of combos. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so
Spider-Man's hands, Deadpool's
Yeah.
forearms.
Carnage's elbows. I see. Looks like
Yeah.
it's kind of coming out there. Yeah, a little gooey.
Wow.
Mm.
Ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen, ladies and
Mm.
gentlemen.
There he is, Combo Man. Who said is a real character? Uncle Gary, do you know the history? Would you like to tell us the history of Combo Man?
Yeah, I can tell you the history of Combo Man.
So who's going to cosplay as him first? Oh, Sal, 100%.
Great. So, what company? First of all, can anybody tell me what company makes combos?
Isn't it Nabisco?
I
Okay,
think it's Eagle, right?
Okay, well, whatever. An ad executive at that company had a stupid idea to make a stupid character and put it in a stupid comic book. And Marvel said, "We're stupid. We'll publish that."
I think the conversation went something like this, Gary. Sonny, you be Marvel, I'll be the ad people. So, hey, Marvel, we've got this great idea. Why don't we combine combos snacks that have two different things with your characters and make a combo man? What do you say?
Does it make money?
It'll make truckloads of money.
Yes. Go for it. Use all the characters you need to use.
Fantastic.
Make sure it's more than 10 at least.
We've got a lineup of at least 15 we want to throw in there, and somebody's cape that people will have a hard time guessing unless they know the character specifically.
And you make sure you have to use the Silver Surfer's calves.
Right, exactly.
I nailed the origin.
There you go, everybody. The origin of Combo Man.
God almighty.
And you know that's the origin, too.
It is how it went. It is how he was made. And now
this had to have been during Marvel's we're in bankruptcy period, and they said, "Yeah, that sounds great."
It's the
There's money
combination we
involved,
need
right?
to save the company.
They were like, to hell with it. Just let it go. We're bleeding money anyway.
Listen, thank God they weren't approached by Preparation H.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Keith says, I just feel bad for the intern who had to keep drawing that costume. You sons of bitches.
So stupid.
The character's Hulk hair doesn't look Hulk. It looks like somebody else's hair. Change it. And change part of those abs. Okay. But I'll get sent to Marvel fandom onto a bit of the history that's said about this character. So Combo Man actually has a real name. His real name is Rick Wilder. And he's male. You could tell his hair was normally brown. He was a regular guy, a nerdy guy who was getting bullied. But first, the creators, he was created by Mark Grunwald and Hector Calazo.
Wow.
And his first appearance was in Combo Man issue number 1.
Hey, Mark,
January
we got this
1996.
comic we want you to write. Here's the idea.
I'm gonna check my CLZ to see how many of these issues that I don't have, because I don't have any of them.
I believe it was 1, and I think it was like 8 pages. So one thing Combo Man said before was, "Oh, cheese! Can't see. I'm scared.
No, it didn't.
Better have another combos to." You threaten the professor? Buckets for brains? You deal with me. Call me Combo Man. I've been transformed. I feel like I can do almost anything. Like I've got all the powers in the world. What's happened to me? That's what he said. But Combo Man is, more like Rick Wilder. He was a student. He was getting bullied, and he was peer pressured. He fell into peer pressure to burglarize the school's lab. While he was there, he ran into AIM, and then there was a battle, and then there was a
AIM is part of his origin story.
AIM is part of his origin story.
Well, they didn't aim high. That's for
no.
But Rick happened to be holding Marvel comic books and combos, and that's when an explosion happened, and he became Combo Man with the powers of 14 characters. He eventually defeated them. He also defeated even the other character that they had, because they thought, oh, he's beating AIM, but they said, can you defeat Super Adaptoid? And he did defeat Super Adaptoid, but when he ran out of combos, he turns back into himself. Like I said, so he did save the day before it happened. So don't fall for peer pressure, people. Or you could end up like Combo Man,
Quick, run
one
to
of
the
the worst
convenience
characters.
store and get me pepperoni flavored combos. The world depends on it.
Exactly.
So this great cash grab that they did here, you know what that book sold for? What the cover price was?
What, $1.95?
Yeah, I'd say $1.
It was a giveaway. It was a giveaway. It was given away for free, and people still thought they paid too much.
Oh my God!
Wow.
And so Combo Man was given away for free. So
I wonder
there
if
you
there's
go.
any CGC graded versions.
There's got to be. There's 12
Don't.
pages. And,
Slab guy, you got to get on that.
Yeah.
Sal, we want you to slab it.
Yep. It was given away free with the purchase of a combo snack included, and it also included a Combo Man branded 5-minute prepaid phone card.
Oh, hey!
So they had to give you the snack, the comic, and a phone card to get you to pick up this awful, awful publication.
They paid you basically to.
They paid you to take these things off their hands.
So, the last sold copy of Combo Man #1 on eBay. This is completed and sold listings, ladies and gentlemen. Sonny, Gary, how much do you think Combo Man #1 sold for?
What kind of condition are we talking about?
I'd say very fine.
Wait, was it slabbed or no? Okay, just regular.
Raw.
$4.
I'm gonna say 40.
Gary, you're close. Sonny, you're off. It's $30.
$30 for Combo
It's
Man.
such a novelty.
Yep.
I could see somebody saying, "You want to see the dumbest book in the world?
And
I've got it."
And one on May 16th of this year sold for $25. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have Combo Man #1, the 8-page mail away, you're looking at a $25 to $30 book, depending on condition.
Uncle Gary, they didn't give away that. I mean, you know how they basically paid you to read it or to have it. There was more to that. There's even more. Okay, so Combo Man. So here's his combination. He has Hulk's forehead, Cyclops' eyes, Iron Man's jaw, Magneto's shoulders and cape, Punisher's upper chest, Captain America's lower chest. It says Sabretooth's abs and biceps. So there's Sabretooth. Carnage's elbows, Daredevil's forearms and waist, Spider-Man's hands and upper thighs. It says Sentry's lower thighs. I wasn't thinking Sentry. Human Torch's knees, the Silver Surfer's calves, and Gambit's feet. And it says, if you manage to figure this out and list them all, you could win a hat and jacket featuring Combo Man.
Listen.
So maybe somebody out there has a Combo Man jacket.
I'm gonna look that up.
And I can imagine nobody got beat up for wearing one of those.
Nope.
Yeah.
Might as well just have a kick me sign. Wow.
Who's that cool kid in the Combo Man jacket?
Where did you get that? Oh man,
my
dude,
God.
What year was this travesty?
The
96. 96. A man walked into a bar with a Combo Man jacket, and the ladies just threw themselves at him. They threw themselves at him.
They swooned. Well, we didn't say what his groin was. What
his waist was Daredevil.
That's his waist, but didn't say his groin.
That's his upper thigh. It just says upper thigh Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, well, the spider sense was tingling.
So on eBay, ladies and gentlemen, I am not finding the Combo Man jacket or hat. Maybe I'm just not working hard enough.
They've all been burned.
Wow.
I don't see it. I'm not one to generally think that book burning and burning items is a good idea, but hey, go ahead.
Oh my Lord.
So I think we're all in agreement that Combo Man will stay in the F list.
Yeah, always and forever.
Well, F list is way too good for Combo Man.
Even in the comments, I see Sal says he'd pass. Sal, I am wondering if he had a part of venom in him.
Oh,
If he
if
had a little bit
Sal
of
would,
venom in him, would you hit
have
him?
one, he'd have a slabbed one, he'd have a signed one, he'd have it. Yep.
Carnage is in there, so it's venom by
Oh,
proxy.
yeah. And he technically never showed his teeth. Maybe he has a few
Ah,
venom teeth in there.
there you
Or the
go.
tongue.
go.
He never stuck his tongue out.
Yeah.
Combo Man. The
Horrible.
sequel. Maybe he'll have a bit of venom in him. But yeah, so
Horrible.
Combo Man stays in the F list.
Terrible.
I think we all know
Terrible. Terrible.
Imagine Combo Man, but this time it's a combination of Savage Dragon villains.
Oh my
Heavy
Lord.
Flow, Dung, and all of them.
Oh, that would be horrible. That would be, because then you'd have blood in your stool. That's just bad.
No.
Yeah,
Can't have that. You gotta go to the doctor for that.
not fun.
All right.
Not fun. So I've heard.
Ooh,
But we move on.
Yeah.
We move on. I don't want to bring up bad memories as to why I missed an episode a couple years ago.
No
Time for
tongue,
your-
no slab. 100%.
There you go. No tongue, no slab. It's time for your colonoscopy. It's okay.
Time for something else, I guess.
You know what? We have an artist at the Codex station, Dan Kelly art. It would be awesome to see you do combo man, but a little bit of venom in him. So if you can draw a combo man, but with like Venom's tongue, I know.
Wow.
We know a certain slab guy who would buy that comic book and get it slabbed.
I can tell you this is from knowing Dan the way I do. He is not taking the time to draw a combo.
he drew your Swamp Thing, so
he took
that takes
time
a
to
lot
do
of
that.
patience.
He is not drawing combo man.
Nope. Not
Nope.
at all.
Not happening. Not happening.
Combo Man. Well, somebody out there, maybe somebody else will draw a Combo Man, or maybe somebody out there in the world can sell that Combo Man jacket, because I'm sure many people are going to want it.
The ad executive that came up with that whole idea, that was Don Draper's last idea before he had to get out of the business.
Wow.
Yeah. That ended his advertising career.
Don, get out. All right, I'm going, but just remember, Combo Man.
You know what you did, Combo Man.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's put the combos and the Combo Man behind us, and let's get on to our review for this episode. Today, we are set to review JLA Tower of Babel. This is Justice League issues 43 through 46.
I like your hardcover better than my soft cover.
No, mine stays hard all day long, baby.
And mine's kind of limp.
Well, I got a Android 8 phone. That's why I read it.
Hey,
So-
we all work with what we got, baby.
There you go.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. All kidding aside, this hardback is nice. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And would you once again show us who wrote in there for you?
Oh, that would be Mark Waid.
Ah.
That would be Mark Waid, the great writer, to Gary. And we discussed Mark Waid and I discussed this book in length. I've already kind of told, when we get to it, when we talk about the reviews, there's a scene I've already told Tim about, that Waid was so worried that somebody would steal from him or go ahead and put that scene in a comic before he got to it, and he was scared for years somebody would beat him to it.
Yep.
So
Trust me, right? I know what that's like.
Yep.
But let's get on to reviewing this. Wait, first we got a comment.
Like buffalo cheese combos. There you go. Ace. My God.
Buffalo blue cheese. AC beard face.
Wow.
Mm.
That's my brother-in-law, ladies and gentlemen. Buffalo blue cheese combos, man. There you go.
It's
and
better than the
spicy and
Buffalo Blue
everything
Balls
90.
combo. Those are terrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess it's better than the Combo Man comic book.
I can't believe we are still talking about this.
Okay, but yes, now we're leaving. So everybody, grab your combos, sit back, relax, because we are going to review Justice League of America, Tower of Babel, and to start us off, Tim the Terrible will read off the credits.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tower of Babel right there. That is the paperback trade cover, but Tower of Babel is done by a lot of people. So written by Dan Curtis Johnson, Dan Curtis Johnson, and Mark Waid. with artwork by Steve Scott, Pablo Riamondi, Mark Pajarillo, and Howard Porter. Inks by Mark Propst, Walden Wong, Drew Garassi, Claude St. Ruben, and David Meekus, and colors by Pat Garahi, Tom McGraw, John Callas. Letters by Ken Lopez and John Costanza, with separations by Heroic Age, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, here we go. Tower of Babel. We start off, like we said, in Justice League of America, issue 43. And we start off with the tragic death of a young tiger. And that is because one of Ra's al Ghul's people fed it some chocolate. Ra's al Ghul is very angry. And he sends him to be dealt with accordingly, meaning he's going to get killed. But so Ra's al Ghul, like I said, he talks to daughter Talia, and he is saying too that he, but with the way the world is, all these beautiful animals are going to go extinct, like this tiger who died, because the tiger was the last one that could mate, and now there's only one left. So the whole bloodline will die. And he says, what about the black rhinos and all these other animals? They're going to go extinct because the way people are ruining this planet.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Not at all.
Yeah. So Ra's al Ghul's, man, he plans to do something about it, but he knows anything he goes to do, the Justice League is going to be right there. So who does he say he has to go after? The Justice League. So he has this League of Assassins. They go after each character. They're going after the Martian Manhunter. They're going after Aquaman and Plastic Man. They're defeating them. They're beating these characters, right? It seems that they know their weakness. They know what can take them down. And one thing that he does with Batman is Batman goes, even Ra's al Ghul says, I didn't know how I didn't figure this out before, how I could distract Batman. And we see Bruce Wayne goes to his parents' graves, and their coffins are gone. They have been taken. So that's what gets Batman. Batman's paying attention to that. And like I said, Ra's al Ghul is sending his assassins, his League of Assassins, to take on all these other characters, led by Talia. And then eventually, we see like I say, he's taking everybody out. And then one part, Clark Kent is, he's at his job at the Daily Planet. And then he looks, he's like, I can't read anything. Nobody can read anything. The newspapers are all gibberish. And then we found out that pretty much the written word has been messed with all around due to Ra's al Ghul's Tower of Babel. Everything is going on. And we see just how important it is when you mess with the written word. It's like everything we see in issue 2, the planes can't be taken off, emergency rooms, there's problems all over. And we even see that Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, has gone blind. Yeah. And also one thing going on with the train.
And it wasn't for masturbating.
No.
Assume not. We can assume not. No. But with the train, a kid who really isn't a kid. When I looked at the artwork, I'm like, that does not look like a boy, but it was supposed to be a boy, and Superman saves him. But one thing I caught him, like, that face does not look like a kid.
It looked like an adult.
Yeah, but everything going crazy, and we find like how Ra's al Ghul finding out all the secrets to all the superheroes and taking them out, including Talia al Ghul pulls out red kryptonite. But then we find out that it is because he's gotten a hold of some of Batman's information, how Batman has, he's had his plans in case if anything happens with superheroes. So Batman has it. He knows how to take each one down. Ra's al Ghul has gotten a hold of that. So the Justice League, while weakened, while beaten, they must team up together. They must really work together and use, they really form. You don't just see one character like, oh, I'm just going to be tough, and this guy just saves the day. They all must team up together and use teamwork to take on Ra's al Ghul, but it will not be easy since he knows how to beat every one of them. And that's where I'll stop my run through of the story. So I really enjoyed Tower of Babel. It is a 4-issue story arc. It takes place pretty fast. It's 4 issues. It's not, oh, this is so long to get through. It's good. I enjoyed it. Really, gives Ra's al Ghul, a lead. I mean, he is a well-established villain, but I liked him. I like seeing him take on all of the Justice League and using, the intelligence he has. He's always someone who's very prepared, and so it was interesting to see him taking on the Justice League and them working, like I said, as a team to try to come back working together, and especially when they find out how did Ra's al Ghul get all their weaknesses. So it's interesting. I like it. I like the plot. I like the story. I like the artwork. I enjoyed it all. I thought the ending, I was a little let down. I wanted more of stories. I always want like a big ending. But I overall enjoyed this story. I think it's a great story. I do recommend it. Like I said, it's something you can get through quickly, as it's only 4 issues. I would have maybe liked to have seen it go on a little bit longer, but overall, I think it's a great story. I do recommend it. Great Justice League story, great Ra's al Ghul story.
You see what Richard says? He remembers when Wizard Magazine made Batman Villain
Yeah,
of the Year because of that story.
absolutely.
I did not know that. Well, very interesting to know that. Yeah, so people, like I said, if Batman was voted the villain of the year, you can tell the Justice League were pretty mad at him for this. But one thing I will say is that it made for a very interesting story. And yes, it does remind people how important the written word is. That,
Mhm.
you know, as somebody who loves to write and loves to read, a reminder to the world how important the written word is. That
Yeah.
everything could fall apart from that, but we could all work together and make things right again. So I give Justice League of America Tower of Babel 8.7 out of 10.
Ooh.
Very good score. That's a good score.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a very good story.
All
So now,
right.
Tim, what do
Yeah.
you think of this JLA story?
So I have had this trade for a while, but I never got around to reading it. I know its significance. I know how important this story is to the Justice League, but other things have gotten in the way. And I'm glad I read it. Gary, I'm glad you recommended this. This is one of the great Justice League stories. That's exactly what this
It
is.
Yep.
And if you haven't read it, ladies and gentlemen, like Sonny said, it's a quick read. It's not super huge, right? Real fast to get through, but it is incredibly creative how they've decided to take each Justice Leaguer down, right?
Yep.
So you've got Aquaman, who is afraid of water. You have Kyle Rayner, who can't see, so he can't construct anything. Superman is overpowered to the point to where it is incredibly painful for him to do anything. Wonder Woman is perpetually stuck in a battle loop that
Yep.
eventually make her have a heart attack. Flash is stuck in a continuous epileptic seizure fit at light speed. Martian Manhunter is coated in some kind of magnesium that ignites in air.
Yep.
Who else am I? Oh, Plastic Man was frozen and shattered. And my lord, and then Batman. I won't say that because I'm going to leave that for Gary because he's got more information on that. But the way that this all goes down is incredibly destructive, and my jaw dropped more than once
Yep.
while I was reading this. Sonny, I'll agree with you though; it was too short. I wanted this to be a lot longer than what it was, because like I think that JLA was in the transition period, like when comics were coming out of the 90s style of comic book writing and moving into the early 2000s type writing, like with Civil War and things like that, where things were a little deeper or a little more adult oriented, right? Something like that. It just feels like it's a transition book. But Mark Waid is a fantastic writer. Dan Curtis Johnson did wonderful with this. The whole story is great. It is highly recommended. I think if you haven't read Tower of Babel, you need to read it because the fallout with this was
Yep.
long lasting for a
Yes, it
while.
was.
And I love the part where the whole Justice League, after they make it through all this stuff and they're standing around in that snowy area or wherever it was, trying to hunt down Ra's al Ghul.
I like the Green Lantern coats he made for the fashion episode.
Yeah, and Batman just automatically starts barking orders, and I think it was Flash or one of the other ones is like, "Why the hell should we listen to you?" And Batman's like, "Look, we can deal with this later. We got to deal with this now. Listen to me or don't. I don't care." And I was like, damn, this guy, after his protocol's been stolen and all of this stuff, he's still being a jerk to these people. And
That's
then
his villain of the year, huh?
yeah, and then when Batman still is like, okay, Kyle and Flash, you go here. Wonder Woman and Aquaman, you go here. Superman, you go with me. We're going to take this out. Superman's like, why? And Batman's like, because we need to. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Why should I go with you? And that was a defining moment right there, because Superman is ever trusting. Clark Kent, Kal-El, ever trusting, and he hesitates with Bruce, and that was something to see. So writing here for me gets a very well earned 9 out of 10. I think it is high praise for the writing on here. The artwork gets an 8 out of 10. Very solid, very consistent as it goes through. I'm not a big fan of creative team changes throughout a storyline, especially one as important as this. So the artwork kind of suffers a little bit. So overall, this gets an 8.5 out of 10. Keith says, I assume Uncle Gary has a plan on how to defeat all of you already. I'm sure. Yeah.
But I'm not going to commit it to anywhere. It's going to stay in here. I don't want anybody getting a hold of it. But you are very prescient, Mr. Keith.
All Gary has to do is throw a facsimile that looks rough and tattered of an amazing fantasy number 15, and I'll be like,
they'll be distracted.
We'll fight all over, yeah.
They'll be distracted.
So yeah, 8.5 out of 10 from me. Gary, the floor is yours, big guy. What do you got?
All right, brother. Well, I'm glad y'all read this. And here's what's kind of cool. Can you go big screen on me for a
Yes,
second?
sir. Give me just a moment.
So I took the dust jacket off, which is, nice enough. But look at this. Look at the inside the dust jacket. Pretty nice. Yeah. So those are two different issues. So this book, I love this because I disagree with y'all a little bit because you wanted it to last longer. Well, it did last longer because what happened in this storyline lasted for years with Batman and how he was portrayed and how he was mistrusted. But one of the great scenes in this was Ra's stole the protocols on how he takes down his fellow Justice Leaguers. If they
Is it story time?
Yeah, it's just gonna be show you picture time. I'm not gonna
Fair
read
enough.
I'm not gonna read it, but
visual storytelling, ladies.
Visual story. We can say what Ross said. So the first thing Ross had to do was take Batman off the board, so he didn't understand what was happening. He needed to be distracted big time. And Ross says, "My league has its instructions provided. You follow them to the letter, and our most troublesome adversaries will be nullified in some most imaginative ways. And as for the most persistent thorn in our side, the detective, well." So here we go. Distracting him was so obvious a matter, I cannot believe I never thought of it before. So here we have Bruce.
Yeah.
Here we have Bruce. He's got his flowers. He's walking up. He's going to see his parents, visit their graves. And when he gets there, and this is one of the biggest jaw drops I've ever had reading a comic. He gets there, and it has been excavated, baby.
They're
excavated. They are gone. The caskets, the bodies, the dirt, it's gone. And that, to me, and that was the last page of that issue. And that was like, oh,
what Roz was going to do with them was even more destructive.
Well, that's after he took them on a world tour, and Batman's chasing them from place to place to place to place. In the meantime, Roz's agents are using the protocols against the League members and just, devastating them. And what I really liked was that the League members, even, like Aquaman saves Plastic Man from being, totally shattered when he's flash frozen. And Aquaman takes, they knew he would do that. And he took a fear toxin to him that was from the Scarecrow that made him afraid of water, hydrophobia. And so, which I know is also the name of rabies, but it's dual word here. But so Aquaman needs water to, maintain it, like we all do, but he really needs it. And so he was definitely afraid of water. So that's a problem. He's severely dehydrated. No. Like you said, the ingenious ways, Wonder Woman in constant battle mode because she'll never quit. She'll never back down. The Flash and constant,
epileptic seizures.
Yep.
Yes,
At
that's worse
light speed.
Superman had some kryptonite synthesized to make him overpowerful, where he couldn't control anything. Took away the eyes of Kyle.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter to burst into spot flame, in contact with air. So all these were just ingenious. And the way the League had to work to counterbalance it. And like you said, even though the League was taken out, there's a scene where Aquaman is in the headquarters. He can't really do much, but he can help John. And he gets in an Atlantean suit
A
that
water
they wear
suit,
on land that's got the water in it, so John can wear that suit.
That was cool part. I like that part. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, so there's still, and I think Arthur kind of figured out what was happening to the Leaguers, that they were taken down systematically, that he had an idea, and he's trying to convey that.
Batman had figured it out right away, but Roz took that into consideration and made it so that way Batman could not communicate with the outside world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the whole second, the whole overarching story was taking away language, and that's a brilliant way to defeat all the world's powers.
Yeah.
Right. The way you communicate, because you took away print, you took away computer, you took away, all the ways to communicate, and it was just brilliant. And that's how he was going to reduce the population.
Yep.
So the fallout on this is by the time Batman realized, and at one point they try to enlist his help, and he says, "I'm busy right now," and they tell him that the League members are in trouble, blah blah. He says, "Is anybody dead?" They said no. He goes, "We'll work it out." So
click.
Yeah. So goodbye. So later on, when he realizes how they're being taken out, it's like, oh shit, I did that. And he realizes he has been compromised and that somebody has breached his computers. And actually, as it turned out, the Batcave was breached.
Yeah.
And by Talia. So I loved that. I loved that it was his protocols that took him down. I love the League worked together to make this work. I mean, John had to get in Aquaman's head and get him immersed in water, before he died. And again, Aquaman helping John, and all of them working together to help one another. And so they end up, whereas the ending may not have been a big boom ending. I love the ending because it ended with a meeting, a very important meeting.
Yeah.
I thought that, to me, is as important as anything else that went on in this book, is that the League, now there's a come to Jesus meeting.
It was split down the center.
Yes, it was. So I thought that was brilliant. He's kicked out of the room. We're going to discuss whether you stay in this League or not, buddy. And he's kicked out of the room, and you got 3 very much for expulsion. And one, I will give away one of the interesting ones was they get to Plastic Man, and Kyle and Wally, the youngsters, are a bit.
Remember what he did for you.
Yeah, remember what he did for you. He got you in this League. He goes, yeah, he did. I owe him. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Just like that. Get him out of here. And by their militant attitudes, you can probably guess where Wonder Woman and Aquaman sided. And then John Compassion, and guess where he sided. So it came down to what I thought was great. It came down to one vote. The last vote on whether he stays or goes is Superman. And after the vote is taken, when they go out into the main hall to tell Batman what the verdict is, I love this. He's gone.
Yep, he already
is
left.
So on top of things, he already knows what the vote is.
Yep.
He already knows who's going to vote for what, and he's gone. So I just thought that was really brilliant. And the fallout of this, I mean, this has lasted for years. The Batman's never complete. It's to this day.
They still mention it from time to time.
Well, he's still not completely trusted.
Yep.
He's still not completely trusted because he's known to have protocols like this.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was brilliant. I loved that. I loved how that has creeped into, so much of the Batman mythos and persona. So for writing on this, because of the long-lasting impact and how entertaining it was as a story, how inventive, this is a 10 out of 10, Sonny. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. For the art, I'm with Tim. The art, I mean, I generally like Porter Porter's work. I know he was the inker on it.
Yeah.
I think it had a little more consistent than Tim thought, but I'm giving the art a 8.5 on there. So total story for me 9 out of 10. But for me, the story is a slam dunk home run. One of the great stories, Justice League stories.
Yeah.
One of the great Justice League stories, and the fact that it had such a long-lasting effect. And I thought it was very true to how the league operates, right? They are there, they are greater than the sum of their individual parts. That together as a team, when it was up against the wall, I mean, not only what happened to them, but what they had to save the world from.
Yep.
So they were at their best. They combined it. They had teamwork. And while in their midst, they had somebody they could not trust. So I just thought it was wonderful. I love the far-reaching effects. And you know what? I thought it was true to who Batman was, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Batman's
Every character was true to form.
Absolutely.
Right? There was no deviation from that.
Batman's a dick a lot of the times. He's a dick.
Like when I was reading that part where Superman calls him and he's like, "Hey, Batman, we've got a problem. I'm busy right now. What do you want?" "Well, the Justice League is in trouble. Is anybody dead?" "No."
"Anybody dead?"
"Figure it out." Click. And that was it. I was like, holy smokes, Batman, come on.
Well, so I love that. And again, I love the Plastic Man. You owe him. He brought you into the league. Yeah, I do. I do owe him. Get him out of here.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate.
And the other thing is Plastic Man always making jokes. None of that shit was funny to him.
No, and they even mentioned that halfway through the book. They're like, "Hey, you ain't wisecracking right now." He's like, "Yeah, the mood's kind of ruined."
Yeah, he's pissed. So I thought I just loved it. I love the characterizations. Like I said, writing for me 10 out of 10, art 8.5, total 9 out of 10. And I do believe, if we eventually we will do a Justice League comic character of the week show. And there's a damn good chance this is on my recommended reading.
Oh, yeah.
For my top for 3 Justice League stories.
Yeah.
So JLA, Tower of Babel, I give it 8.7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Tim gives it 8.5 out of 10. And Uncle Gary gives it 9.4 out of 10. So we agreed. Check out JLA, Tower of Babel if you haven't before. And if you have, feel free to check it out again because it's a great one. One of the great JLA stories.
110%.
Absolutely.
And with that, we can wrap up the show. We have all come together today. Like I said, it seemed like lately all this and that has been breaking us up. But now we're here. We've had an episode, a great episode, and we shall see you all next week on another episode of the Codex Podcast. And I'll let these guys finish up and tell you more things like where you could find us all at.
All right. Gary,
we have something we want to give people. Uncle Gary, what do we want to give people?
Well, before I say that, I just want to say, Mr. Keith, that is a great analogy that Tower of Babel is a sci-fi story from the olden days. So what I want to say is we at the Codex Station, all the hosts you see, we have all the socials, and we would like nothing better than to give them to you.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platforms, and where we're live streaming right now. Please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and or follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. Sonny, you got something pretty cool right behind you. Why don't you tell people where they can go to get that?
Right there at www.thecodexstation.com. You can get some merch, meet the team, and more. You can get cool hoodies. You can get stickers. You can get all kinds of things. Mugs. You can even get a shirt with Tim. Is that Bagley art?
Yeah.
All kinds of things. So check everything out at thecodexstation.com. And there's so many things. There's profiles about everybody there. So check it out. And it's always updating.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man next to me is the curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair of comic books.
Woo!
Uncle Gary himself, and down below is the ultimate winner of PDF trophies and the greatest writer since the sun has risen in the West, Sonno the writer, Sonny Kruger himself. We are the Codex Podcast right here on the Codex Station, and we will see you next time. What will we see them in, though?
Well,
And
it depends on.
gaping holes.
Well, what was left where Bruce Wayne's parents had been interred?
What was it again, Sonny?
Gaping holes.
A gaping hole.
We'll see you next time.